will whoop your ass.
Bro, I'll pop that gap right back in that mouth. I'll have you looking like a saber gap tooth tiger. Oh my God, I'll do you dirty. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
You suck.
Hey, if I have though, oh my, here we go.
I don't care.
Not the same fighter.
The lawsuit. Oh yeah, look, I'm disappointed, you know, because like we have Virgil climbing up the ranks, and it's not his fault. I don't blame him at all, because he's a nice guy. His father's a nice guy. They're very pleasant, great to work with.
Man, I guess this is what it feels like to be on top, huh? This is what it feels like. Gosh, I haven't even fought this year. Come on, guys. It's going to be fun, though.
Because some things are too deep. Because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now, I'm going to try to hold it together. But if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not going to ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you got to know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, I would tell him, listen, whatever y'all do, don't let me get close to him. Because if I get close to him, I promise you, I'm finna lay him out right now.
Hold on, you gonna hit him with the Riddick Bowl, Larry Donald two-piece at the press conference?
Right now. You understand me? You done said that. Basically, you challenging me. You're trying me to see if I'm really a man or not. He basically trying to, little boy, you don't say it to no man. You feel me? So if a man...
Shocking news has sent waves through the boxing world after Shakur Stevenson reportedly filed a $1 million lawsuit following an alleged incident where Teofimo Lopez put his hands on him during a press conference, turning what many thought was hype or mind games into a serious legal matter that changes everything.
Hey, Tio, I'm going to bust up your eyes, I'm going to whoop your ass, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You better be ready, boy.
Teofimo Lopez responded to Shakur Stevenson's $1 million lawsuit by mocking him and issuing threats, claiming Shakur would end up begging in the ring. And rather than addressing the seriousness of the legal situation, Teofimo leaned into bravado.
Stop holding me, Shakur. Stop holding me, Shakur. Stop holding me.
You stop for 1 second, bro?
No, Shakur, I can't stop. My titles are on the line. My legacy on the line.
Eddie Hearn has made it clear that lawsuits are never the preferred route. But in some situations, fighters are left with no alternative once real damage has been done. And that reality aligns directly with Shakur Stevenson's situation. Because once Teofimo Lopez crossed the line physically, staying silent was no longer an option, making this legal action less about creating drama and more about enforcing accountability.
Lawsuits, and I'm not into them. But what's the choice you got? You forget about it and the damage.
Frank Warren has highlighted how easily press conferences can descend into chaos. And Teofimo Lopez putting his hands on Shakur Stevenson is exactly the kind of behavior he's warning about. Because this went far beyond verbal trash talk and crossed into physical territory, making Shakur's lawsuit a logical and justified response. As once fighters ignore boundaries, there have to be consequences.
Well, I don't like things like that. I mean, it's ridiculous, and you see these scuffles and all this nonsense at press conferences, and that is where it goes wrong. There's a little cut. I don't know how bad it is. I'm not had a chance to speak to anyone.
Johnny Nelson emphasizes that this situation demands a proper investigation because Teofimo Lopez allegedly slapping Shakur Stevenson goes far beyond a harmless press conference stunt and carries serious potential consequences. And by taking legal action, Shakur is sending a clear message that fighters cannot be intimidated or disrespected without accountability, reinforcing the idea that boxing must uphold professionalism.
Unfortunately, there needs to be an inquiry straight after this. Why, what? But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over.
Eddie Hearn acknowledges how complicated the situation is, and that perfectly reflects why Shakur Stevenson chose to file a lawsuit against Teofimo Lopez, because this is not a small incident that can be ignored or laughed off. The legal action adds real seriousness and forces accountability. And for Shakur, it is about defending his dignity and making it clear that
it's total, unbelievable crap. And why this moron has brought this up, I do not know. I don't know where he's going with it. You know, he got beat fair and square. Fraser acknowledged that, and that's the end.
Frank Warren emphasizes how intense and stressful the situation has become for fighters, promoters, and fans alike, with Shakur Stevenson's lawsuit introducing a level of tension rarely seen in boxing, as Teofimo Lopez's actions push the situation beyond trash talk and into legal territory, turning it into a serious matter of accountability rather than promotional drama. And by taking legal action, Shakur is reinforcing that physical disrespect has no place in the sport, reminding everyone that boxing demands professionalism.
Make a decision if he's out.
Okay. When did you first learn about this, Frank?
Very late this afternoon.
Okay, so it's been a stressful day.
To say the least. For the fighters as well. It's a shame for the fighters, for everybody involved. TV companies, and more importantly for the fans. Riyadh season, you know, His Excellency, everybody involved in this. We're all gutted, but what can you do? That's
Dave Caldwell stresses that this situation goes far beyond normal press conference theatrics, making it clear that Teofimo Lopez crossed a serious line by putting his hands on another fighter. Because while verbal gamesmanship is part of boxing promotion, physical contact demands real consequences, which is why Shakur Stevenson's decision to file a lawsuit is justified and necessary, sending a strong message that the sport values skill and professionalism.
That's a little bit naughty, because I know it's all, you know, fun and games at press conferences, but when you lay your hands on another man's face, whether there's an egg in it or not, you've laid your hands on his face, and that takes it to...
Simon Jordan argues that while emotional outbursts are not uncommon in boxing, Teofimo Lopez slapping Shakur Stevenson crosses into far more serious territory, because it represents a deliberate physical act rather than an accidental or heated moment. And the lawsuit makes it clear that even high-profile fighters are not immune from consequences, reinforcing that boxing is built on respect and discipline, with Shakur's legal action serving as a...
And he smashed an egg in his face. I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended by it.
Adam Smith recognizes that boxing is an intense and emotional business. But once Teofimo Lopez crossed a physical line, the situation shifted entirely, making Shakur Stevenson's lawsuit not just justified but necessary, because what might have once been brushed off as press conference theatrics has now become a serious legal and ethical matter, highlighting the importance of accountability in the sport and sending a clear message that fighters must face real consequences for aggression outside.
Casual fans, do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
Derek Chisora commends Shakur Stevenson's talent and composure, underscoring how reckless Teofimo Lopez's actions were, because targeting a fighter of Shakur's caliber is both unwise and short-sighted, and the lawsuit serves to reinforce Shakur's authority and standing in the sport, showing that physical misconduct cannot intimidate champions of his level, but instead strengthens their position, while also sending a clear message to the boxing community that aggression outside the ring carries.
Gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, how can I explain it to you in a way you understand? We can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where he's due. Yeah? He is that.
The way perspective highlights that while boxing is inherently intense and sometimes chaotic, Teofimo Lopez crossing a line with Shakur Stevenson goes far beyond what even experienced observers tolerate, because in-ring aggression is one thing, but striking a fellow fighter during a press conference is reckless and completely unnecessary. Shakur's lawsuit is more than a reaction. It's a firm declaration that such behavior cannot be dismissed as harmless showmanship, and while combat sports often embrace controlled chaos, physical attacks outside the ring threaten reputations and careers, so by taking legal action, Shakur is protecting himself, reinforcing that skill and integrity matter as much as power.
Shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be putting hands on each other. But it is the fight game, and we've seen far worse. We've seen guys get in fights. We've seen people throw dollies in this game, in the combat sports world. So
Johnny Nelson emphasizes that the timing and context of Teofimo Lopez's actions make them especially shocking. Striking Shakur Stevenson on the morning of a fight is not only reckless and unprofessional, but could have had serious consequences. Shakur's lawsuit delivers a strong signal that no fighter is exempt from accountability and that physical aggression cannot be treated as acceptable, even under extreme pressure. Boxing authorities are now forced to weigh the broader implications carefully. This legal action safeguards Shakur personally, while also protecting the integrity of the sport, making it clear that promotional theatrics cannot excuse misconduct. Every act of violence outside the ropes carries consequences, and Shakur's decisive stance ensures future fighters understand limits while demonstrating courage and strategic thinking. By pairing legal measures with calm, controlled public composure,
because some things are too because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you gotta know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, it could not. I would tell him, listen, whatever y'all do, don't let me get close to him. Because if I get close to him, I promise you, I'm finna lay him out right now.
Hold on, bro. So you gonna hit him with the Riddick Bowe, Larry Donald 2 beats at the press conference?
Right now. You understand me? You said that. Basically, you challenging me. You're trying me to see if I'm really a man or not. He basically trying to, look, boy, you don't say it, no man. You feel me?
Shakur Stevenson's lawsuit against Teofimo Lopez is more than just a legal action. It's a landmark moment for modern boxing. By taking this step, Shakur is making it clear that respect, discipline, and personal boundaries cannot be violated, even in high-profile press events. Lopez's reckless behavior crossed a line that fans and professionals alike cannot ignore, and now the entire boxing world is watching closely. If Stevenson succeeds, it will not only protect his reputation, but also establish a precedent that misconduct outside the ring will have real consequences. The stakes go far beyond these two fighters, signaling to every athlete, promoter, and fan that actions carry weight. Boxing thrives on skill, strategy, and courage, and Shakur is proving that intelligence and discipline are just as important as raw power. Keep following the story, share your thoughts in the comments, and watch closely, because every update could reshape how fighters approach press conferences in the future.